In this video, I'll show you how to export object data from Rhino and how to bring that data into Power BI using the ODBC process. We have an example file opened in Rhino, and if I select on an object, we can see that it's been assigned properties in Semantic. We can select all of the objects that we want to export and select Export Selected Objects within the Semantic UI. A prompt will appear that asks you if you would like to save the model. The model should be saved before beginning the exporting process, and if you hit yes, the Rhino file will save for you. A window will pop up for you to name the file, and you can give it any name that you'd like. In this case, we'll call it example database, and it will save as a SQLite database file format with the suffix of .db. The database has been saved. Once you're in Power BI, you'll navigate to the Data section of this ribbon menu and select Get Data. In the Get Data window, you'll type ODBC into the search bar and select Import Data from ODBC. Then you hit Connect. Another window will appear that allows you to choose your settings for the ODBC import. Beneath data source name, you'll select SQLite 3 data source, expand advanced options, and type in database equals, then you'll want to paste in the file path from the database that we've created. So we'll right-click on the file name, copy as path, and paste in. This will paste in with quotation marks, which you'll want to delete before you hit enter. You don't need to add anything in this SQL statement, and the same here with supported row reduction. You don't need to add that. And you can hit OK. You'll be prompted to authenticate. You can select default or custom. You don't need to type anything into the credentials connection string properties and hit connect. Another window will pop up and you can select which tables you want to bring into the Power BI file. So we can select each of these tables and then select load. Below fields, on the right-hand side of your Power BI window, you should see the tables appear, and if you drop down on the tables, you should see each of the fields below that. The next step will be to set the relationships between the tables. To do that, we'll go to Model. Power BI will have guessed at how things should be connected together. It's generally best to remove these guesses by deleting and rebuilding the proper connections as you like. So I'm right-clicking to get that delete button to appear, right-clicking on the string. Then you'll want to consider how these things should be strung together. The element and element ID should be related to each other, so we can draw a connection between elements, element ID, and element properties, element ID. We can right-click on the string to get to the properties. Generally, we like these to be in two directions. This is a many-to-one relationship. You'll want to be careful of anything that's a many-to-many relationship going in two directions, as this might overwhelm your computer. Hit OK. So now there's a relationship built between the element properties and the elements themselves. The property definition and the element property should be tied together, and these fields share the name property. The document and document property can be tied together with document ID, and the element in document can be tied together with document ID. We can import our custom visual by clicking on these three dots, navigating to the location where the semantic visuals are installed, which will be under Documents, Proving Ground, Semantic. For this imported database, you'll want to use the Tracer 3D visual, which is included with your semantic download. And you can use the element mesh field as the mesh to display. So that covers the process of how to get your Rhino data into Power BI using this ODBC process with an exported database. Check out our other videos where we cover other ways that you can format the visual.